This is for Tuesday, the 8th of September. So we had group one meet in class this morning. And I'll try and recreate what happened. So here is the screenshot of the sharing for that day. Those are the seeing charts for those that are there. All right, so some quick announcements today. On your homepage, I've tried to beef that up, and I guess after this, need to go back and update it. But this is the homepage for today, and by the time you probably watch this, it'll be changed. But I wanted to point out that I've broken this thing up. This is kind of your go-to one-stop place to prepare for class or see what happened. So we start off, this is Tuesday and Wednesday this week, and the first panel is what should be done by the time you get to class. Actually, this exit quiz number 4, you really have until Thursday because I backed that off a little bit. So that didn't have to be done today. We're supposed to have the front side of 1.2, went around and checked kids, and maybe half of them did. So want to work on that more tonight. And always bring your packet 1 with you. Always bring that to class. Then on the next panels is what will happen in class. So here is Tuesday here, and then this side is Tuesday. Oops, this is Tuesday, this is Wednesday. So this is what we did in class. We went ahead and, of course, did that. Oh, yeah, I talked about that. We didn't finish 1.1. We didn't do that yet, so that's not done. We started working on. We went outside and all got some of that done. We did this though. We did go outside. Okay, and for virtual students, it has what I expect from you. This is what we'll be doing tomorrow. This will already be changed as soon as I get done here. Now the next panel down is what's the homework. And true, there is no exit quiz today. That's good. Watch the wrap-up video, which I'm making right now. Hopefully that'll be available. I said 5, it's more like 6 now. So let's change that to 6 p.m. Finish the back of 1.2. Try and do the best you can there on 1.2. You're going to turn that in on Friday, but just to keep you so you stay up with class and it doesn't all build up till Thursday night. To keep you on pace, you want to go ahead and finish the back of 1.2 tonight. Now, remember, you can resubmit quiz 2 and 3 up until, I went ahead and pushed those all the way back to Friday. But quiz 4 is due Wednesday at 11:59 p.m. All right, because there should be no problem on quiz 4. Quiz 2 and 3 had issues, partly my fault, partly Canvas' fault. But I will take at least half the blame on that. And then tomorrow we will have quiz 5, I think, hopefully available at 5 p.m. Now this down here, my confidence, I didn't even quite get as far as I thought I'd get here. So even that's wrong. And then obviously that's wrong. And then everything after that's wrong. So it's just my guess. It's just hard because we have such crazy schedules right now. And it depends on what you guys say and how we have what happens in class. Now I've added this feature, and this is in the where the wrap up. No. This is up. Yeah, this is up where the wrap up videos are. In the same module, you'll find this video. Down below, it'll have a wrap up of each day. So here's a wrap up of class number 4 from Thursday, Friday. I'm doing these 4 panels at a time, trying to save space on Canvas because you're so limited in space. Here's the next 4 panels from what happened on Thursday, Friday. Here's the next one. We got through that far. And then there's the homework from Thursday, Friday. And there's the 1.2. Okay, there's the help video for that. Also, you'll have a week wrap up, kind of bullet points there. If you just want to get just the essence of what happened for the whole week, let's go through each one of these. So there's the wrap up from last week, what we did. Here's what's going to happen this week, but best place to go there is just the home page. That has the much more details. And then for next week, I'm going to try and attempt a week, 2 weeks in advance kind of preview. This gives you ideas where I'm thinking about going, but it doesn't mean it's, once again, I would say this is probably a 40% chance that we get to all this. We're going to get to some of it as much as we can. But these are my hopes for next week. And here's something that I'm going to offer you a chance for a project here. Someone had asked in class, one of our Zooms last week, what the size, how big is Andromeda in the night sky? And I had said, well, I'd heard somewhere that it's about the size of the moon, but then I looked at this picture, and this is a correct relative size. So this is from an astronomy website, so I trust it. And it's saying that Andromeda, look how much bigger Andromeda is in the night sky compared to our moon. It's not even close. So Andromeda is huge in the night sky. Well, I offer anybody who has a camera that has an aperture that can open up, if you'll go to a dark spot, say away from Norman, maybe out by the lake or out in the country, and open it and find Andromeda with your iPhone, your Galaxy, you can hold it up and it'll tell you where Andromeda is. And then point your camera towards that, leave the aperture open for say 30 seconds, and let's see what light comes out of that. And so that'll be something you can submit. You're going to get, these are project points. You're going to get project points by just submitting, whatever you could do, but the better it is, the more project points you get. And I don't want to go on a limb here too much, but I'm going to say, I'm going to give you up to anywhere from 20 points. And these are points, like quizzes are worth 5, 8, 10 points. This is 20 points for this project, up to 40 points, between 20 and 40 points for your project. If you're interested in that, if you have a camera, contact me. We'll try and work something out. And here's where I talk about it on the Facebook group. Okay, a couple more announcements here on quiz. This is number 4 for class 4. Notice I think I've had some more turned in since then, but we're still around less than 40 have been turned in, and Canvas grades them. So we're probably about 50-50 on turn-ins on that. So that's due tomorrow at midnight. And you see there's a lot of empty space here this is actually from this year, but I've marked out the names. But this is exit quiz 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1 I just gave everybody a 3 out of 3. So that one, of course, is done. But this is for other people. So you need to go ahead and fill in these gaps. Make sure that you go back and check. You can really just check Canvas grades. All right. Last thing on announcements, and that is the best way. I think this is the best way to contact me, is just through these. Now, regular email, no. If you just email me to my high school email address, I'll see it in about a week. But if you want to get to me pretty close to immediate, then email me through Canvas. The reason is I get tons of stuff in the mail and the email, and I just blow right past it. So but here it's just us. So this is the fastest way to get a hold of me. All right, so now we're on to today's physics. First thing I did is I walked around the room to see who all had done sheet 1.2, and like I say, about 50%, but that wasn't that surprising. So I hope many more of you do it tonight. You're supposed to do the front. I'm not going to leave you hanging because there's a help video available for you to, it's embedded in the assignments. And so it goes over this problem here and kind of shows you how to get equations out of the line like you're doing in the homework. And so where to find that is when you go to sheet 1.2 in the assignments, go to the module if you want, click on sheet 1.2. And then on the Canvas, it gives you a little introduction here. Then it gives you a help video. Now, these are what are called SHVs, not SHV. Silent help videos. These are silent help videos, and they are pretty short. anywhere from 1 minute to 5 minutes long. This one here looks like it's about 3 minutes. And so it's on my YouTube channel. You also should subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's just called Asking Physics. But if you'll watch this, I think you'll understand now how to work this. Okay, I think people that have watched it said, yeah, it does help. So we got out the graph from the front of sheet 1.1. We looked at that, and there's sheet 1.1. So, oh, by the way, on sheet 1.1 as well, there's a SHV. There's a silent help videos on all these. Okay, so we talked a little bit about lines and how to determine the line. And this is what we did actually last week, but we went over this again in class today, where those lines came from. Now, our main thing we did today was go outside, and so I'm going to have to share the screen. I'm going to stop this recording and pause. Okay, so I'm on the west lawn here, and I'm standing at the origin, which is the sidewalk grass interface. And I'm going to do what we did today in the morning, group 1. So we already did trial 1 and trial 2. So this is trial 3. And trial 3, we're going to start 10 meters from the origin. Okay. Now, yes, last week I was in the hallway because I couldn't get Wi-Fi, and this time I'm doing it without Wi-Fi. It's my phone. So I'm standing at the 10-meter mark, which is basically that white line on the building. I'm standing at the 10-meter mark, and I'm going to time myself walking from here to the 50-meter mark, which is the sidewalk that way, sidewalk by Main Street. Okay, I'm going to time myself starting right now. All right, so 105. And then we'll plot this. So this is me walking. Let's see, I'll show you what I'm doing. I'm walking with Main Street. There are people eating lunch over there, thinking I'm a weirdo. I'm walking towards Main Street. And let's see what my time ends up being. My time here. And then we'll go ahead and plot this on our graph that we did earlier. Okay, so I'm crossing the finish line right now, and it's 1. Okay, so that was 38 seconds. 38, really? Yeah, 30. This is a 40 seconds. 40 seconds. Okay, now we're gonna this next part is trial 4, and for trial 4, I'm gonna walk to the South Pole, and that's the South Pole. It's the South volleyball pole. So I'll walk to the South volleyball pole, and I'll do trial 4. Okay. So trial 4, what the students did was we lined up on the South Pole, right here, South Pole. See that? So we lined up on this South Pole, and they lined up parallel to the sidewalks. And then for 15 seconds, you can do whatever you want, but you can't make any advancement towards either sidewalk. So I'll look at it for 15 seconds and go. So I can walk this way. I can walk parallel to the sidewalks. I can walk either which way. I can go up and down. I can jump up and down. I can do all that for 15 seconds and stop. Okay. So now we're going to plot that as well. And I guess I'll insert this later. So that's it for the activity. Okay, so hope that worked. And let's get back to the screens. All right. So I'll go ahead and give you the data that we got from this morning, and we'll plot this together. So this, remember, this goes on the front of the sheet 1.1 at the bottom, that graph down there. We're going to add to it. There should already be 2 lines on there, and we're going to add 2 more. So let me share that screen. So here we are. This is the first two we already had. Now let's go ahead and plot. You should plot it yourself though. Plot trial 3. And that's where we started, 10-meter mark, and then walked out to the main street. Okay. So I will plot what we got this morning. So here's a mistake. If I were to run, this is wrong, but we start this at the 10-meter mark. Let's say I went a little faster than I went yesterday. So I'll make this in blue. Okay. So I went from 0 to 50 meters, and let's say, I'm not sure how many seconds it was. It's academic anyway, but actually it wasn't 24, was it? It was more like 40. So let me change that. Let me switch that around. It was actually 40 seconds. So I walked slower, I guess. So go with what? So I went 40, let's see, 40 seconds and went 40 meters. Uh-oh, try it again. So 40 seconds. I'm using a little ruler, which you can't see. Okay, so I went, that is my third trial. So let's wipe this out. And I'll stick the equation in. Now the equations go on the back of the sheet, which we go over that tomorrow in class, but you can go ahead and fill those in if you want. You can see it there about midway down the back of the sheet. But let's write this equation in. So this once again is x equals v. Well, the velocity here, I went 40. Looks like I went 40 meters, right? Start at 10, ended at 50. 40 meters in 40 seconds. And so that's just 1.0. I mean, you could leave it alone, but I got to put it in there actually because I need to put the units. Meters per second times t. Now, that's not enough, right? I got to say where I started. So plus 10 meters. So that's my equation for trial 3. Now, trial 4 was the one that we went to the North Pole. Oh, before I do that, we started talking about Usain Bolt. And where would Usain Bolt, who is the world's fastest runner, where would he be on this graph? If we could catch him at full sprint, where would he be? Well, a typical person walks at about 1 meter a second. That's just you walking to class, nice and easy. The fastest person in the world is Usain Bolt, as far as I know, and he runs the 100 meters in actually less than 10 seconds. We're going to go ahead just for completeness and make it simple. We're going to say 10 seconds. So he runs at 100 divided by 10, or 10 meters a second. So 50 meters then would take him half a second. Would take him 5 seconds, because 100 meters takes him 10 seconds. So this would be, I'm going to draw it here, this yellow line, which we didn't do, but just for perspective, that would be Bolt. That would be Usain Bolt if he were to run on the West Lawn. Okay. All right. So side note there. Now let's go back and finish this up. All right. Get a different color. Let's go with red or purple. All right. So this was the 4th trial. In the 4th trial, we went to the North Pole. And there it is. I'm trying to find my ruler. Went to the North Pole, which was South Pole, which is the 25-meter mark in the West Lawn, so halfway. So I go to the 25-meter mark, and then we stood there. We didn't stand there, but we were in the other dimension. So we jumped around. I jumped around. I went back and forth, but I didn't go in the X direction. So as far as the X direction was concerned, I didn't do anything. So that is just flat for 15 seconds. So that is trial 4. Well, what's that equation going to look like? Squeeze it in down here. What will that trial 4 equation look like? You figure it out, okay? Don't wait on me. You do it. Think the key to the class is to go in there and try things, and maybe you're wrong, but that's okay. You just don't want to be wrong on tests. If you don't try it, just watch me, then you will be wrong on tests. You went the wrong way. So this ends up, and we talked about this in class, it ends up being x. It's really a function, but we'll just say x for now. X equals, well, there is no slope. So x equals 25 meters, and it never changes. So that's our equation for the fourth trial. Let me pause this for a second. So it comes down to this, and this is how we kind of ended the class today, that to do a graphing version, and this is, I didn't mention this really, but let me mention it now. This is red kinematics. And why do we call it red? Oh, make sure I'm recording. Yeah. Okay, so why do we call this red kinematics? Well, because the girl that made the poster made it on red poster. So that's the arbitrary reason why it's called red kinematics. Because I'm going to hang this up from the ceiling in the room, and it'll be the red poster. Other equations will be on different color. Like, what next thing we'll learn is the orange equations. Then we'll learn the blue equations. Then we'll learn the green equations. Then we'll learn the yellow equations. So it all just dictated by what color, and the black equations as well. And it's dictated by what color the poster is. And that sort of gets your mind works sometimes and categorizes things by color. So it's proven that this does help people remember. All right, so back to this. Yeah, so this is the red equation, the basic red equation, and this will always be where you'll put your slope, and this will be where you put your start point relative. This is start relative to the origin. Okay, like our origin was the. I know it's complicated because of the stupid having to do it inside the building yesterday, but our origin was the sidewalk just south of the science lot. But when I was inside, the origin was the North Diamond, the hallway, but we're still plotting these all on the same graph. Okay, so tomorrow in class, we'll do all this stuff. We can finish all the way down through 7 tomorrow. Should be able to. Just kind of working that out together. All right. Pause and think what else there is. Let me go. Actually, let me just forward right to the homework. A few slides away. So here's the to-do list for today. There is no exit quiz 5, yay. But finish all the other quizzes. Finish all those other quizzes. The back of sheet 1.2 if you haven't already, and you're going to submit an image of that. That's going to be by Wednesday midnight, I'm saying here. Oh, I thought I was saying by Friday, but here I'm saying Wednesday midnight. Let me look at that. And I think I realized that it was so much due on Friday, I didn't want to make everything in one day. So maybe it is tomorrow at midnight. Sorry, I'm having, normally I don't make assignments due I'll tell you what, I'm going to change that right now to Thursday. So I'll have a chance to talk to the other kids, the group 2. It's not fair to group 2 to make them do something without even having come into class. So when I get Thursday at midnight, I'll fix that. And then try and join my Physics Fall 2020 Facebook group. Like I say in assignments, I will change them, but when I change them, it's always for your benefit. I never move it up. I'll just move it back. Sometimes I don't. And then this wrap-up video I'm making right now, it should be available hopefully by 6. Depends on how long YouTube takes to code it and all. All right, so I think that is it. I am sharing this, yes. All right, so I'm going to end the meeting.